minute. Good evening, everyone. It's indeed a great pleasure today to actually introduce our new initiative. We call it the WiE Social Hackathon League. And this is a set of contests that will run for about 2 to 3 months. And one thing that we are attempting to do with this particular initiative is to build the relevant employability skills of students across Karnataka through problem and project-based learning. And how we go about it is through these contests. We have 3 contests that have been identified. The first 2 contests are more hands-on contests that the teams will do independently. And the contest 3 is what they will do once they have been selected, where they actually get mentored on a project. And the mentoring will be both from professionals in the industry and also from academia. And so it's a great pleasure to start this initiative. And yeah, I'll hand it over to Parvati to kind of take you through the details of the same.
Thank you, Kundini. So I just have a concise handout format of information here. Let me know if it's visible enough, or should I? Yeah, I think I can further zoom in. I would say I should have put it into a PDF format, but given that this was an A3 size, I had some issues there. So let's just stay with this. What we have here, like Kundini mentioned, is kickoff of the social hackathon. We'll talk about the timelines in a little bit, but this is in partnership with several sections mentioned here: the Bangalore section, the Power Electronics Society, the site, Census Council, PES, Computational Intelligence, the Education Society, TEMS. And so thanks everyone for putting your confidence into this structure of social hackathon. So we would like to really drive this as an initiative where students can come together, collaborate, brainstorm, ideate, and come up with solutions for challenging problems with impact to humanity. So since this also aligns with the activity points that the students need to get as they go, so we have put it into the 3 phases of the contest. So the phase 1, the contest would be in where the students could get together as a group of 3 to 4. So we have more details on our poster there. And given that this is also a WIE's interest group, we would say at least 1 women participant. And so in contest 1, they come together, they scope the problem, and they identify and where they would want to invest their time and identify the focus area. And end of that, the expected outcome is a poster and the problem presentation. So this is a good exercise for them to kind of comprehend what they want to work on and also do a little presentation. Along with that, there is ideation phase that goes pretty much alongside this, where they come up with the breakup of the timelines, how they're going to go about implementing it, and what would be the budget involved, what are the tools that they would use. So this is the contest 2. And beyond the contest 2 is when we would want to shortlist the projects that look more feasible and then take it into contest 3. On the activity points, on the last column here, there are 5 activity points for the first contest and 5 for the next, depending on, this was arrived at based on the time that they would invest. And then there are these phase, contest 3 has 15 activity points where they get to showcase the completed project. So that's broadly the structure. On the focus areas, we have the smart farming as one of the focus area, education, sustainable development, especially in the urban context, and smarter healthcare. So these are some of the focus areas that we've identified. It sounds pretty broad. Therefore, we also have had some initial examples and some leading problems that students can pick up and work on. Today, I also have Saurav from India Research Lab, IBM, who would be touching upon the sustainable development. And we also have Anandi Girijanan ma'am on the call. She leads the site effort. So we would get more of a shared understanding on why the focus areas, what should be the end goal, how do we go about. So that's from my side. By the way, there is also a CMT link into which we will be asking all the participants to post their proposals, the problem scope, and also the ideation. So in both these phases, the CMT link will be up and available. Yeah, I'd pause here. Any questions we could take? Kumdini, anything you would want to add? I'm gonna miss.
Parvati, I have a question here. So, what is the target audience here? So, like, is it the final year students, or is it the, let's say, graduate students, or is it the third year students?
So
yeah.
This is open to all branches of engineering, BTech and MTech. And like I mentioned, this is a group of 4. So those are the target audience.
Okay, yeah.
So to kind of add to your question, actually, Saurav, initially we did want to target the final year students because they are closer to applying for jobs and so on. But the challenge now is after COVID, everything is unsynchronized. So, students are available at different time periods. So, accessing specific student population is becoming a challenge. So we decided that, given that this initiative is going to be an annual one, let's throw it open. So even if they are first years, they will still gain experience in doing such projects. So that's the reason why we have chosen all the years of BTech and even MTech for the projects itself.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks.
Any other questions from any of the others? So we will be sharing the format for the submissions for the contest 1 and 2. They will be available to the students once they register themselves. As you see that there is a small nominal fee that has been identified. This is also to ensure it's basically what we call the seriousness fee. A lot of times we have realized students just sign up because it's available, but then they don't necessarily show up or turn up. So this is to ensure that some amount of seriousness is being brought into the students. Though the events themselves, the contests themselves are in a model of a pipeline, we have kept them as independent contests simply because we don't want to burden the students by saying, once you do contest 2 and you're selected, you have to do contest 3. Simply because we need to also be in cognizance of the timelines of the individuals as well. For that reason, we are keeping it open-ended to quite a bit of extent, but it is ideally suggested that the students take all 3 of them, and if they do it, properly, then it actually brings the maximum value. Any other questions from any of the others?
Community ma'am, maybe you would want to also speak about how we would request our student branch counselors to help with this effort of grouping, framing, and participation. I think that's the audience we have today. The engagement model.
I realized I had put myself on mute and I was talking away. One suggestion and one request for all the branch counselors is the first two contests, we kind of want to have it in person, but in your respective colleges. So we will be sharing this information and the posters for the event. And we would like you to conduct this event within your colleges for your students, so that, you know, students get the benefit of it. We will be providing you with additional support in terms of if you want people for the jury, or if you want any help in terms of, you know, having additional maybe talks or something like that about problem scoping itself, or how does ideation happen and so on. We are very happy to support you on this cause. We have several, you know, resource persons that we could provide for this particular activity. We are planning to keep this open for about a month's time. So from 15th August to 15th September is when we are expecting students to do the first two contests. So the way we see it is, it's ideally a weekend time is sufficient to actually do the work required for the contest itself. But we are trying to keep it slightly longish, so that, you know, more students participate, and also to kind of keep in mind the timelines that most of the students are facing, because we are also aware that there are several exams that kind of are coming up, or some have just finished their exams. So we kind of want to make sure that students get adequate time to actually work on these contests and submit. So that's one aspect of it. Additionally, we would certainly, you know, like to also get you to join us in terms of, if you want to be mentors to your students, that is also a possibility. We are open for that as well. And as we've mentioned, these are the four, the society chapters that are supporting us. So the problem statements are also going to be in those areas. So the themes are defined, but the problem statements would be coming from the society chapters. So for example, the Census Council would probably give you a problem statement that is like, build an IoT device, you know, to help monitor the soil or something like that. So, you know, students would then have to design projects in that space. So this is what we have. If there are any other questions from you, I'd be happy to take this.
So, point I wanted to add here, Kumdini, I think the contest 3 is the implementation showcase. So like you mentioned, once the student branches projects are kind of reviewed and they're moving into the implementation phase, the teams will be provided support as required by the project. And this is the up to about 5,000 rupees, of course, based on the mentor's judgment and recommendation as well. And on the mentors topic itself, we plan to have 2 mentors, an academic mentor and a subject matter expert from the industry. So we are lining up mentoring support as we go, because even if we get a handful of problems, we should be able to get the students to go through this implementation phase and be able to showcase in our year-end conference. That's the goal that we have set also. So WIE has a conference, so we thinking we could showcase it there. So yeah, just want to add that. Okay. So if there's no further questions, I'd stop sharing. I request Anandi ma'am, did you want to add in your views on the overall framework?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I would like to congratulate IEEE WIE Affinity Group for initiating and launching Social Hackathon. and IEEE site is very happy to be associated. IEEE site is a special interest group for humanitarian technology and is a global network of IEEE volunteers partnering with NGOs and communities and also co-create impactful solutions. We perform activities like leveraging skills, both technical and leadership, giving solutions to positive living conditions of people deprived of technology. Encourage and inspire training to upskill knowledge, especially student branches, to be part of these activities. And also we perform lots of outreach activities. And the main goal is how technology can be used as a foundational component for solving humanitarian issues in sustainable developments. We have like-minded people both from research background, academia and industry, and also have passion to do service to society. We have many IEEE site student branch inducted, and also each college even has 4 to 5 group formations within. We have proposed problems related to humanitarian technology. We request all the branch counselors, as Dr. Kumultini mentioned, to motivate their students to register and contribute to this hackathon. Students can make a greater impact on a humanitarian task, and our best wishes to WIE Affinity Group for this hackathon league. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Anandi ma'am. Okay. So I'd like to turn this back to Kumultini ma'am. Did you want to call in other society participant chairs here?
To check who's there. Yeah. Megha is there. Megha, would you like to speak? Meghashri?
Branch counselors around?
Yes, ma'am. Some of them are there.
Yeah, maybe we can call them up and
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely, yeah, that helped.
We have several people, so I'm just Mahesh
Yeah.
or Meghashri.
Jayasudha is there.
Jayasudha is also there, yes.
Jayasudha.
Kripa is
Yeah,
there.
Krupa is there. Yeah, Krupa, you can see.
So would any of you want to?
Purnalata.
Yeah,
Yes.
Purnalata is also there. Falgun sir is there.
Usha ma'am is there. Vijayalakshmi ma'am is there.
Srivat sir. We would
Yeah,
request.
Jayasudha, please come up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Yes, ma'am. So this is a very good initiative from WIE. Then it's been circulated in all the colleges, I mean, student branch groups. So I am the branch counselor of KSIT student branch. So I've informed all year students, and I hope some of the teams from first years are really interested to participate. So now they are like in the process of picking up some problem statements, and then they will start in a short while since the exams are also there. So I think they will start in a very short while, and I will update the things. But I'm sure that at least some 4 or 5 teams are there participating from KSIT.
Excellent.
Thanks so much. One thing that I would like to kind of add is the way this particular contests have been designed. They actually fit very well with the design thinking course that has been defined as part of NEP, right? The requirements. So the first year students are supposed to do a design thinking and innovation course. And this actually fits that particular model very well. So, this can work as their internship or the mini project that they have to do for their second year and their third year as well. So, students should ideally take advantage of this, and they would be learning very important skills if they actually participate in this. So,
Yes, ma'am, we are trying hard from our side, but the thing is, the exam dates and this is all at the same time. Now the exams are, I think, starting in the next month, September first week or something.
yeah, the VTU, I just saw the timetable.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think it is starting from September 12th onwards. So, but students do have time. That is one part, but the other students, I think, should be able to do it. The second years and the third years, right?
First years and second years, exactly the same time they're going to have exams. The third year students, I think they will be free by then. So
Yeah.
we can have some teams from sixth semester,
Yes.
third years.
And this actually fits into their mini project or internship, this one as well. So that's how we have designed them. Is Megashri back? Megashri, would you like to talk from the Sims side? Ashwini, can you speak to sometime, please?
Hello, thank you. At the outset, I would like to tell that I'm really very heartened to see so many branch counselors and people who are not directly related with we already over here. And many thanks to you, Parvati madam, and all the society chairs who have agreed. So I've always believed that IEEE is one place where students have technology as a common denominator and camaraderie and all these things built over it. So it's a very nice feeling to see that the societies are actually very committed on defining problems and all of these focused on something giving back to the society. It's a wonderful initiative, as all of you have told, and well, congratulations to all of you for coming together for this particular initiative. The point that I wanted to actually, highlight to everybody that is kind of obvious is that this is a platform probably like no other, where there is it's a win-win situation for people who are from the professional side who are engaged, as well as for the students and the other mentors, because well, the students and the professionals as well get a lot of satisfaction from the membership, uh, because this is not going to be a one-day event. The contest 3, it would be much more prolonged, and the interaction, I'm sure, will go a long way in building their career. And I'm sure like this is what IEEE and WIE stands for. So thanks, and looking forward to having more people, I mean more students and professionals actually benefiting from this. So hopefully we'll have a good edition in 2022. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashwini.
So can we also have Deepa talk a little bit, because I think she has also been interacting with the societies,
Yes.
and they have shared some of the problem statements as well. So Deepa, we would like to hear from you.
Okay, Deepa,
Deepa, are you on mute?
okay, she has some issue in unmuting, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Secondly, maybe could I turn the floor to Saurabh? Before that, I'd like to request Pratiti to briefly say a few words and then introduce Saurabh.
Yeah, thanks, Parvati. Hello all, good evening. I think wonderful initiative. Technology for social good is a wonderful platform where we can learn how to apply technology for social good. And I think every person in every walk of life will benefit from this, be it students, be it faculty, be it industrial professionals like us. It's always exciting for us to interact with students and to work with them. Innovation and, the collaboration between students who are very passionate when, when learning new skills, and also we see that they are so fast in applying them also. So I'm really very happy to see this initiative. Thanks everybody. A special thanks to Parvati for initiating this, and looking forward to the wonderful interactions we'll be having with the students and vice versa. I do want to introduce Saurav, who is with IBM Research, working in sustainability and climate department. And he will definitely be a mentor. And Saurav, if you would like to say a few words.
Sure, Prati. Thanks, Parvati and Praditi, for introducing myself. And I think this is, as everyone is saying, I'll repeat that this is indeed a fantastic opportunity. So, a basic background about me is that I joined IBM Research about 6 7 years back, and I have been working in the domain of sustainability, renewable energy, development of green and sustainable buildings, and a lot of related areas. And I'm really looking forward to for this opportunity to especially mentor some students and interact with them. And if you want, let's say, I can share a few of the projects that I have been involved with, which is in the domain of sustainability and renewable energy, and the integration of renewable energy in the existing grids and all. So those are the kind of things that I have been worked on. And if you guys are, let's say, if you want more details and all, so I can share some of the material that I have been using and I have been working on. So
We'd
that's
be
kind of the
happy
stuff.
to hear you, Saurav.
Sure. So, so, so initially when I joined, so it was kind of I was working more on the building side. So where how can we make the buildings more sustainable and more green and make them more energy efficient? So that was kind of the initial work that we did in IRL. It was the days when the entire team was working on on the sustainable energy and stuff like that. And so thereafter, I have also worked in the area of agriculture, where we basically wanted to reduce the carbon footprint of some of the like high emission crops such as oil palm plantations and let's say rice plantations and coffee plantations in several different areas such as Indonesia, Thailand, and even in India, where rice plantation results in a lot of methane emission because it requires the flooding of the fields and all. And also now I'm working on basically a GHG estimation, greenhouse gas estimation uh, different sites such as which includes the palm plantations and as well as some of the oil and gas fields that a lot of different oil and gas companies operate. So yeah.
Thanks a lot, Saurav, for I think these are the kind of projects that students should also take advantage of, given the vast experience that people in the industry have. And students also kind of get an understanding of what is expected from them in the workplace as well. So this is a good way. And the other reason why we, instituted this was also because a lot of students who are not necessarily from Tier 1 colleges and so on, they simply miss out on opportunities because they do not have exposure or do not have access, and that is where we, at IEEE and at WiE want to kind of make that difference, where we feel every student, regardless of where they are in Karnataka or for that matter in India, should get the advantage and the benefit of support and mentorship. And that's the reason this initiative was also started. So thanks a lot, Saurav, once again for telling us about the kind of work that you are all doing. And I think I'm sure the students also would benefit a lot from this kind of support and mentoring. I'd like to ask some of the branch counselors to kindly share your inputs. Are there anything very specific you're looking for? What other support would you require from us, so that we ensure that this reaches maximum success and reaches the maximum number of students? Okay, one of the things that I think we missed mentioning is once the students are selected from contest 2, when they kind of get into contest 3, they register for contest 3, they actually have the possibility of getting some funding if their project requires any hardware installation and things like that. So somewhere up to maybe 5,000 can be provided to students for hardware alone. Because most of the software we realize is available in open source. So we are not providing financial support or funding support for software projects, but for the hardware projects or for projects from, say, the sensors, IoT-based systems and things like that, there is an additional funding opportunity as well that is available for the students to take advantage of. So apart from the activity points, students will also be getting this. And post the contest 3, we are also trying to see if these are innovative projects. We are also trying to, bring on board certain incubators or accelerators who can actually take these projects forward. So this is something that we are already in talks with, but we don't want to promise immediately. But we are certainly trying to think in terms of what next for the students once they have done these projects. Any questions from any of the branch counselors? Any clarifications that you need? Falgun sir, NCA students, I think we should be able to allow NCA students to participate now. Usha. Yeah, MCA, BCA, I think should be okay.
It's a flyer fix. I've taken note of that.
So Parvati, after contest 1 or 2, there will be a template that the students will fill in to submit their proposals. Is that how it? Okay. Yeah.
So for contest 1, there will be a template for the poster itself, and since it is problem scoping, the idea is for the students to actually, possibly interview the potential users of the system. So if it is smart farming, for example, they may have to interview. So you would have videos of their interaction with the, people on the ground, so to speak. So the farmers or, whatever challenge it is that they are trying to address. So videos of them, or it could be interviews, it could be a presentation. Poster is the main requirement, but additional documentation in terms of videos and things like that to capture the actual problem statement itself. For the second one, which is the ideation, so along with the poster, which is about what is the actual idea for this problem, the solution, we are also expecting the students to do a little bit of homework in terms of what would this project require in terms of developing a POC. Because the whole idea is for them to solve the problem and create a POC solution for the problem statement that has been given. So that again will have a presentation along with the poster, and the templates will be provided once they register.
Okay, thanks.
So one request to the branch counselors would be to help the students register as soon as they see this e-notice and the information, or as soon as you share, so that we could do a session after we have a quorum of students, so that if there are any questions or any other enablement sessions required, we could be doing that. There is also an AI-based tutorial that was presented by Pratiti Malhotra, who's from the India Research Lab again. She just spoke. So they have done a tutorial one, and there was a plan to do an advanced version. So once this launch goes out, we could even plan. But what's important is we really get the students interested, the interested students identified, so that we can have the follow-up enablement sessions planned as well. And we have some of those recordings from tutorial one, right, Pratiti? Those could be made available.
Yes, yes. Do you, I can share them here. Do you
Sure.
want me
I mean, maybe so that people have a view of where it is posted. Yeah, I can stop sharing.
One thing is we can have them all on the website, and they can actually access that as well. So, you know, we can say resources for the project itself and put it there. So that would probably be better.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, Parvati, I was just saying I can share it on the chat.
A preview of what it
Chat,
is.
because there are very few people, and this is going to be recorded, I agree, but the chat details will not be there, right?
Yeah,
So
that, okay, so that's fine. Yeah, so I'll send it out to you, Parvati, separately.
Sure. Any other thoughts or comments or suggestions on how what something we may be missing here? Really appreciate that feedback as well. Okay, I think Megashri mentioned she had an issue with her microphone. Megashri, if you're able to speak, go ahead, because, yeah, I think we're getting more towards the close of the meeting. But she put a comment on this chat. Okay, so while there's a couple of more minutes available, I just wanted to also request Janani, who will be also participating in enabling this from the industry side. Janani, any of your thoughts, comments that you want to share? Supriya? Okay. else? Okay. Community, any comments from your side before we wrap up?
I would just say, please make the most of this opportunity, and let's hope students also see the value of it and take advantage of the situation, this initiative. All the best. And if there are any other questions, we'd be happy to, provide you with clarifications. Parvati, I think you can also share our email ID. I think it's there in the e-notice as well.
So community, did you have the e-notice? Would you like to share? I mean, so that.
Did you want me to show it now?
If you have it handy, yes, because I mean it's at least familiar. And yeah, Vijayalakshmi or Shama, any thoughts, comments? Please chime in here. So we have our esteemed Execom here, and thanks all for your participation and support, and really counting on each of you to make this like a fantastic venture. I think this will be one of our events for the year. And of course, we have the conference coming up at the end of the year, but really try to work together to make this a successful venture for ourselves. I'm really excited about this. It's fun.
Hi, all the best for the students who have joined here. And it's a great platform wherein we have academicians as well as industry persons. Definitely students should make a best out of it. Yeah, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. I think yours coming up. Just give it another 30 seconds, I think. It's really, yeah, got it.
Is it open?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the e-notice. So you would have received an e-notice that says the Social Hackathon League call for registrations. Kindly also check your spam, because interestingly, not spam, but I think it was in my promotions. So
yeah,
so check there. In fact, we ended up sending it twice because we realized it wasn't, there on the primary, and then I realized it was in promotions actually. So kindly check that. As you can see, we've provided most of the information that we've shared with you. I'll just highlight once again the participation criteria. So teams to comprise of 4 members with at least 1 woman participant. And it's open to all students of engineering, but we'll also add the MCA and BCA here. Students from all years and all branches are eligible to participate, and a seriousness fee is charged to ensure participation and engagement. Of course, there are going to be attractive prizes and activity points as well. We've also provided the timelines and what is expected in terms of the different contests. So the 3 contests have been mentioned. The registration link is also there. Additional information we have provided along with the email ID that you can reach out to for any clarifications. In case you haven't seen this e-notice, we request you to kindly, check in your promotions as well.
Yeah.
Thanks. So
thank you. Yeah, I was one of those who didn't see this, therefore requested. So thank you. I'll go check. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Probably we'll, if there's any other thoughts, comments, to chime in, else I'd like to thank each of you for taking your time to come join this curtain raiser. And we will keep this coming, and we will continue to engage with this branch counselors, the Execom, the all of our sections for partnering here. And we hope to build a big network of enablers here. So thanks, everyone.
Wish you all a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Parvati, for initiating.
Good night, everyone.
Night.